I would first like to start off thanking everyone that is here today for those who have sent their condolences. The funeral home has received numerous flowers and food in honor of Killer. My name is Morgan. I was assigned by my boss at the lab to study Killer during his zombie life. To me, it felt like an honor to study such a killing machine, but over time I started to really respect and care about Killer, because he wasn't like the other zombies I've studied before. He was determined and unique. As for today, I would like to take a couple minutes out of everyone's time to speak about our beloved Killer, or as some people used to call him Hank, because that was his human name. Now, Killer started off his life just like any other zombie did, waking up on the cold hard concrete, covered in blood, one arm missing, and a bit of brain sticking out. He always wore a Pink Floyd t-shirt, black jeans, and checkered Vans slip-ons. When I first saw Killer, he got up and I could hear from a distance his belly growl. He looked around in a bit of shock, then laid his eyes on his first human being. That is when he instantly knew what he was meant to do. I remember watching Killer get up off the ground and attempt to chase a young lady walking by. I was downtown watching from the post office window. He wasn't too successful because she outran him and got away, but I could tell he was determined. Killer ran fast, but not as fast as other zombies did. Some might wonder how Killer got his name, then, since he didn't run that fast. Well, you see, Killer started to sneak up on the humans he would eat. He became so good at sneaking up on humans that everyone started to call him Killer. You could never really find him because he was so good at hiding from humans, but man, did you see him when he was ripping apart a body. The way he ripped apart a body was like no other zombie out there. Killer had a method. When he bit a human, he would always bite their arm first, watch the reaction, then go straight for the neck. I believe he bit and ate the arm first because he lost his own arm to a zombie. In a way, I see it as revenge for losing his arm. Once he was done with the arm and onto the neck, he had a special way of pulling out the jugular vein when he bit their neck. It was his signature zombie mark. He would pull out their vein and play with it until it became a stretched out rubber band. Then he would bite into the vein and watch it gust out blood, and giant red blood clots would come out. He was a lean, mean killing machine. He really enjoyed his victims, to say the least. Now, there were some other traits that stood out to me about Killer. I was a couple feet away from him watching him kill someone when I smelled something insanely foul coming from Killer. I know the smell of blood, and it wasn't anything close to that. Over time, I realized it wasn't his decomposing flesh either, but it was actually his breath. His breath smelled like monster cheese mixed with cat pee. Not many zombies I have studied have had that smell come from them before, which made me realize how special Killer was. When Killer wasn't hiding or devouring a human, you could catch him strolling through his old abandoned park with a couple other zombies. He would grunt and moan to the other zombies as a way of communication. I could never figure out what he was saying, but I'm sure it was interesting. As for the Killer's death, no one saw that coming. Even I didn't. As I said before, Killer wasn't very fast, and one day he was strolling down the middle of the road when the truck hit him and ran over his head. I remember coming up on the scene and seeing a Pink Floyd shirt and checkered Vans and instantly knew that Killer was gone forever. My heart broke in two because he was such a special zombie. I will miss him for the rest of my life and will always think of him when I see a zombie missing his arm. Rest in peace, Killer.